Yeah. We really boxing. Who wanted the baddest? Let's see.
Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO. This how it's finna go. I'ma throw some jabs. Make them think my punch is weaker than I hook his ass. This the ring, not the kitchen, but I'ma cook his ass. Me and him, that's the pro versus the rookie class. All my life I had to fight, but I still loved it. Me and BVO got moves that you can't steal from us. And these haters be throwing shots, but I don't feel nothing. I ain't gonna lie, shit, they alright, but we a little rough. We're stepping for the title and facial rival. This ain't no little tussle. Bet I be no bird, being chicken to get your feathers ruffled. Footwork, I'm dancing around my opponent like the Cupid shuffle. Good work, bodies hit the flow, they can't move a muscle. The upside is we ain't in the streets shooting and shooting up. Catch me in the ring, sticking, moving and suited up. I know everybody can eat, but I ain't full enough. Oh, you said it's smoking some beef? I guess I'm pulling up. Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone.
All right, for our viewers who don't know, tell them who the original man.
The original man is the Asiatic Black Man. He's the maker. He's the owner. He's the supreme player. He's father of civilization and God of this universe, Shakur. And there's only one God.
What it do? Welcome to another episode of BVO Boxing. The homies then took over the channel. I got my man Crush in the building. I got my man Prizefighter in the building. What's going on, fellas?
What's up, man? We came here to tear down the property value, man. We about to set this thing on blaze. We got a couple good topics to talk about. So let's get it started. What's up, Prize?
Crush, man, what's good? What's up, Free? What's up with y'all?
What's going on, man?
I'm doing good, man. I got both my daughters here with me, and I took the rest of the week off of work, man. So I'm excited.
Let's go ahead and get into it. Y'all go ahead and start with the first topic.
Shakur Stevenson. What do y'all feel about Shakur? Both of y'all. Do you think he should be the front runner for the JbT fight? And this is a two-part question. Is it Shakur or nobody?
I'm gonna go first. It don't matter who's next. If Shakur talk about he won it, he'll make himself available. But is a rumor mill saying that he turned down $6 million, which we already know is more than what he ever made. But I said a rumor mill, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't get into all that. But I just want to know if he's going to get in the ring with it. Whatever he's offered, don't turn it down. Get your ass in that ring and get beat up. Just that simple. I like him, but I don't respect him. And like I said, I'm not going to have no respect for no guy that don't respect me as a man or a fan. How could anybody do that? How can y'all root for this man? He say F the fans. Y'all serious? Y'all love the sport of boxing that much that y'all going to be kiss butt? Once you tell me F me, then definitely I got a big F you coming back one time. That's it. So I hope he stopped bluffing. He been talking all this smack. He the baddest dude, this, that, and the other. Okay, take whatever's offered to you and get your punk ass in that ring and get stomped out. That's how I feel about Shakur Stevenson. I don't have no respect for him. And that's just how it is. If anybody got a problem with me not having any respect for him, then I ain't got no respect for your asses too, because I ain't going to have no respect for nobody. They ain't got no respect for me. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, you take a slap at me, I'm slapping you double time. So no, I'm not respecting that. And I ain't supporting him. So every time he lace up the gloves, I want somebody to whoop his ass.
Free. Be Freezy. What you feel? How you feel?
Yeah, well, when it comes down to the Tank Davis, yeah, I mean that's the fight that everybody wanted. They said it was two fights that they wanted at 35, and that was Loma and Shakur. I mean, he already got the Frank Martin fight out the way, so it's Loma and Shakur. So yeah, I definitely want Shakur to be next. And I heard the rumors that Crush heard as well. That was a rumor because I know where it came from. It came from the interview that Kenny Ellis did on the other day, and Kenny Ellis just threw a number out there. He was asking hypothetically, and Shakur was like, "Nah, I take it." He said that was good. Shakur never turned it down, so I don't know where they got the fact that he turned it down. But yeah, like Crush said, it's a rumor. But at the same token, Shakur, he knows that Tank Davis is the money man. He knows that Tank Davis bring the people to the stadium. So he got it. I mean, he already got the backlash off of not taking the Devin Haney fight for undisputed, and he was offered 25%. So he got the backlash off of that. There's no way in the world he can turn down a Tank Davis fight unless Tank Davis just strictly lowball him to no belief. And I don't think Tank Davis is going to do that. I've never heard none of his opponents ever say that he lowballed him.
Right.
So I don't think that Tank Davis will ever lowball Shakur. I just think Shakur has to be reasonable when it comes to a guy like Tank Davis because Tank is the money man. I mean, it's no doubt about it. He's the money man. He's bringing the fans to the stadium. He's selling out the arena. So you gotta pretty much take whatever offer he gives you because you really don't have a leg to stand on. I mean, if you don't get the Tank Davis fight, who you gonna go to? Because it seemed like Oscar is not giving you Williams Zepeda. They pretty much took Williams Zepeda off the table. So who you got to go to? You gonna run back to Bob and see if you can get the Belichick fight? I don't think Bob is gonna do that. You got to pretty much go on hands and knees and take whatever Bob offer you. So I mean, he got to be reasonable and pretty much take pretty much whatever Tank offered. So yeah, I definitely want to see Shakur next.
Next.
There is a rumor of two names that PBC want, and we got to remember that Tank Davis is not signed to PBC. He's signed to Amazon. So when PBC throws these names out, it's because the fighters are on their side of the table. And one of them was Shakur, and the other one was Pitbull Cruz. And we know Pitbull Cruz is a PBC fighter. They've been trying to get that fight for a minute, but Tank Davis have turned it down multiple times. So that's the two names that's out there that PBC wants to push for. So we're gonna see what Tank Davis decides and see what he offers him, who he offers to, because Tank Davis is the one that makes the decision. Like I've been saying since he left Floyd, whatever decision he makes, it falls back on him. It doesn't fall on anybody else. It falls on him.
It's final decision. Yep.
Yeah, you said you making all the calls for your fight this from now on. So any decision you make, it falls back on you, whether it's good or bad. So until he makes a decision of who he's going to fight, I'm just going to sit back and see how the chips fall. But that's all I got on it.
Yeah, let me read some of these comments. Shout out to the homie Puro for always pulling up. Shout out to the homie Aunt McQueen, and shout out to Solomon from the mob. He's really active in the chat right now. He says Shakur Bright Light Stevenson beats Tank. Shout out to my homie Marky Dan. And yeah, y'all want to respond to Brother Solomon? He got a couple comments. He said, where's the other one that he said that caught my eye?
He said Tank Davis, Duck Haney.
Duck Haney, yeah.
I see what you're talking about.
Respond to that.
It's no need to respond to it because we've been talking about this for years now. There was no opportunity for Tank Davis to fight Devin Haney at no point in time when Tank Davis was free. When Tank Davis was free, Devin Haney had a fight. When Devin Haney didn't have a fight, Tank had a fight. So there was no opportunity for neither one of those guys to fight. So I mean, you
Brother
could say
Solomon, you wanna respond to that in the chat?
You could say he ducked, but the only person that I know that truly ducked is Loma. There was an offer put up there. They were sitting in negotiation, and he walked away and said, "I'm no longer in the move. I'm not motivated for this fight." That's the only one that I know that ducked. You could say Tank duck. You could say Haney duck. You could say Shakur duck. The only one that actually ducked was Loma.
A blatant duck.
Yeah. Salute to Ant McQueen in the building. What's up, Ant?
Yeah, Ant. Shout out to Ant. Y'all go follow Ant McQueen.
Yeah, all this duck talk, duck this, duck that. Everybody just using the term so loosely. I'm just tired of it, and we starting to see that who really wants it, who really don't. These guys is using the money bag as an as a defense mechanism, because a lot of them, they don't really want it. They say they want it, but they know they ain't really trying to price them. They ain't trying to price themselves out for ass whipping. Is basically what I'm trying to say to y'all. Because at the end of the day, you can say what you want to say, but trust me, every fighter that gets in that ring really wants to try to prevent any embarrassment at the best of their ability. So when you throw the money out there, whatever, of course it sounds good, but someone be like, man, am I worrying about getting paid? Or I'm worrying about having this haunting me for the rest of my life. Well, apparently some fighters feel that way, people, no matter if you agree with them or not. But some fighters do feel that way. And I'm starting to think that some of these jokers feel this way, because it shouldn't be a whole bunch of anything. Get right to it. What you offering, Tank? What you gonna give him? It should be yes. It should be no in between. None of that. This fight should be made in a snap of seconds. Snap of a finger.
I agree with that.
It should be made. This kid has no talks, no stand, no ground to stand on to negotiate anything. I don't care how you feel about his skill set. His skill set ain't paying his goddamn bills like that, is it? Just look at him. Everybody ain't meant to be the damn money, people. We've been seeing it for the past couple years. And maybe your favorite fighter or a few of your favorite fighters may be on that list. Don't be upset. Don't take it personal. It ain't no money being taken out of your damn pocket unless you lost in the bet. But everybody ain't meant to be a star. You don't see a bunch of stars congregated together all the time in the constellation form. You don't. Everybody ain't meant to be that. All these guys is not meant to be that. A lot of them is just meant to get notoriety because they're good or whatever, but to be on the biggest stage, it ain't enough room for them. It's not. But we look at it and say, Crush, you crazy. And look at the landscape. Yeah, look at the landscape. And guess what? The so-called slaves never got their 40 damn acres. That's a good amount of landscape. So you understand what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. And some of these guys just have to go out and do a little more than the others to show that they are better, or they worthy. But the thing we got to talk about this fight. Okay, so this fight is big, but is it going to fucking sell? Now we know people gonna come and see Tank win. Let's just talk about that for a second, because we talking about one of the biggest fights. But it's one of the biggest fights, and one of the guys that's considered his biggest fight is not a money grab. He's not. So how this going to happen? It's like, okay, match-wise is good, but business-wise may not be. So
I think the fighter do a good job.
Yeah, but here I'm saying a good job, but we can't even be sure because we don't even know how this guy's fan base is going to be.
Yeah.
So we gotta count all the casuals that's going to have to take up the slack for us. So we don't know, because we can get this fight and everybody talk about they want to see this and want to see that, and then these people don't support this damn dude that they wanted to see get in the ring with the guy. We have seen it done. Look at Terrence Crawford fans for years. So that's something to take into consideration with all the other hype stuff talking about in between. We got to talk about the business part, and we know the kid ain't good for his business because he don't sell. So meaning that the A side's going to have to do most of the lifting when it comes to that. This is why people say, yeah, you ain't worth that. You ain't did enough. That's what some of them mean for us business-wise, because I got to carry the load. I'm worried about protecting my numbers. Now, I know I'm going to keep my average my average crowd coming, but what else? What can you bring? If I just got all my people there buying it up, I mean, that's enough, but it takes two to dance. This ain't a one-man show.
Right.
So we can be hyped about it, but how successful will it do at the gate? Whereas one guy who don't sell, he ain't the mass appeal like the Gang Starr song. He ain't got the mass appeal. The masses know him, but he ain't got the mass appeal. What y'all got to say about that?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I mean, mostly I pretty much agree with everything you said. Only thing, pardon me. Only thing I disagree about is I think that the whole world knows, not the whole world, but most of the boxing world knows Shakur. They've been very tough on them. Cam and Mace been on his heels. Steven Jackson has said, or Stack 5 said stuff about him, not negative, but So I think personally, I think he can do between 300 to 400K. I really do, because Shakur does have a name. He is pretty popular, but not in the positive way, I should say. I think the fight will be fine doing gate-wise, because everybody knows Shakur. Everybody knows Tank. Our people are going to show up and support the fight. So I feel like that the fight is, as far as the gate and the number-wise, I think it'll be fine. I think it'll do just fine. Now, I don't really want to see him in the ring with Pitbull Cruz next. I want to see Shakur.
I don't want to see that rematch at all.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say I don't want to see it, because Pitbull Cruz has gotten a little bit better, but I'm not in a rush to see it. If it's like Tank's second to last or last fight on the deal, fine. But right now, I need to see him get Shakur out of there. Then you can look around. You got T.O. out there. I don't want it. We seen you beat him already. I want to see Tank matched up against people that he has not fought. Tiafimo and Shakur. Those are my two picks.
I agree with some of what both of y'all said. The thing is, when it comes to the money, far as how much would this fight sell? Now, nobody really knows how much this fight would sell. Well, the one thing I will say is Tank Davis did 350 with Frank Martin, and Frank Martin is nowhere near as known as Shakur Stevenson. So if he did 350 with Frank Martin, I'm almost certain he'll do somewhere between 5 and 6 with Shakur. So
he went that high.
Yeah, I'm almost certain they'll do somewhere between 5 and 6 with Shakur, because that's a fight that the fans want to see. Now, they do share the same fan base, but I still believe that a lot of people in the boxing world wants to see that fight, because a lot of people believe that Shakur has what it takes to beat Tank Davis. And then there's other people that believe that Tank Davis has that equalizer that will sleep Shakur. And so it will make for a fight for everybody wants to see. So I think that it'll do somewhere between 5 and 6, 100,000 pay-per-views. But like I said, we don't nobody know for sure until the fight is made and the people actually come out and support it.
Right.
But I think it'll do better numbers than what he did with Frank Martin. As far as the T.O. situation, I don't think he's going to get T.O. because T.O.'s talking about moving to 47. So T.O.'s planning on moving up, and he really only fought one person at 40. He's not trying to fight nobody else at 40. He only fought one person. That was Josh Taylor. That's the only person he fought. That's notable. That's the only person that he fought. That's notable. And so he's not trying to fight nobody else at 40 for whatever reason, whether he don't think he could beat him, where he don't believe that the money's there, whatever reason it is, he ain't trying to fight nobody else at 40. He's trying to go to 47. So I don't think he would get the
paper chasing.
Fight. Huh?
I said T.O. paper chasing right now.
I mean he could be paper chasing, but the names that he's calling out, it's not a big money fight for him.
Well, he called out Terrence. I mean, does he really want to do that? Does he really want that? I don't think he wants that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he called out Terrence, but I don't think that that's a big money fight.
Yeah, I agree.
Because everybody pretty much believes that Terrence is going to go in there and watch him.
Yeah.
So I don't think people's going to buy into that fight. Now would
Y'all
that
smash the
happen?
like button. How many likes they shorting us on? I see everybody in the chat says, "Come on, man, smash the like button, smash the gas on it. One time for the one time."
Now
My bad for you.
will I mean, I don't think he's getting that fight anyway.
Yeah,
But if he did get that fight, will he beat Terrence? I mean, it remains to be seen because it's a possibility that he could beat him. Terrence is getting older. It's a possibility that he could beat him. I don't think he will. I think he gets slept. I don't think he beat Terrence.
I think
But
Terrence knocks him out.
yeah, there's a possibility he could beat him because we don't know when Father Time's going to show up. Terrence is 36, about to be 37 years old. He'll be 37 years old before the year's up. So
Yeah,
if T.O. does get that fight, it's going to be next year. Terrence is going to be pushing 38. So,
yeah.
but
I hate that happened to Terrence Crawford. That he got started not started late. He didn't start his career late, but he didn't get the respect until now. Now he's 37, like you said. That's one thing I
well,
don't like.
that also comes with being on Top Rank too long.
Yeah,
Because if you look at all of the stars that Top Rank had, they left early. Terrence stayed at Top Rank too long. He should have left Top
he should have
Rank
never
the
read
first
up.
time his contract was up. When his first contract was up, he should have left Top
He
Rank.
should have been gone right then and there.
Yeah. So when you look at Floyd, he left right when his prime was starting. You look at Oscar, he left right in his prime.
Yep.
All of those, the Manny Pacquiao's,
Miguel Cotto.
all those guys was leaving right in their prime. Turn stayed just a little bit too long, and so now he's getting the credit and the notoriety that he wants, but is at the end of his career. So he only has a few more fights for people to really enjoy from him because he spent too much time at Top Rank, and it was really no competition over there.
You nailed that right on the head, Free. He just now he stuck. He out. What did he say? How do you say? He just outlived his contract. However you want to say it. He just went beyond that, and and it's a shame that he's 37 and he's finally just now getting his just due. You know what I mean? No pun intended. And shout out to the homie Just Do Boxing and Miss Just Do. But again, he stuck around a little bit too long, like you said, Free. When he had a chance to get out, everybody's like, oh, his contract's up. We're gonna get the fight with Earl, yada yada yada. He turns around and everybody's like, really, bro? You know what I mean? And that's where I think Terrence Crawford lost a lot of fans of his, because we were pretty upset that he did that, because he knew we all knew at the time that it would be tough to make that fight with him and Earl because of that. And he could have fought Keith Thurman. He could have had a lot. His resume could have been a little bit better, but he did what he did, and it ended up ultimately paying off for him. But again, he's 37, and he was on wrestling on Monday night. That was pretty big for him. When you get to wrestling, you popular. So he did a little thing with Logan Paul or whatever. But I want Terrence to, and we can move on to the next topic with Canelo. I don't know how real this is, but it seems like it's pretty real. Did y'all hear them reports about Terrence fighting at junior middleweight? And then around next May, maybe we get that fight. Did y'all hear that?
No, I didn't hear anything about it, but I'm gonna tell you this: how I feel about that fight.
Shout out Carlos.
I ain't feeling it. I'm not feeling that fight, and it's a bunch of bull-ish to me, as far as I'm concerned.
I ain't jacking it either, Crush.
And I'm gonna tell you why. And I heard everybody cooking on it all. He's going for legacy, this, that, and the other, blah, blah. But yeah, he needs Canelo. Canelo don't need him.
Right.
Canelo legacy is already defined, so Canelo don't need him. Canelo don't need him to make money. What are y'all talking about?
Right.
But he wants to get an opportunity. He wants Canelo to give him an opportunity, but he don't want to give Boots Ennis an opportunity. But he's fighting this little Russian, and y'all up there condoning it because of the belt. F a damn belt. Them belts don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
They don't
Not with
mean
your Terrence
nothing.
Crawford status, it doesn't.
None of them don't mean nothing, to be honest with you. They only should be mad into those damn boxes. You fans, you don't share those belts. Stop worrying about those belts so much. The only thing you should be worrying about is a good ass fight. That's
The only
all.
thing I say about them belt thing, Crush, that's where I lose a lot of my brothers at, because I feel like the belts matter to like Abdullah Mason, Keyshawn Davis.
Yeah, I
But
said to
when
the
you're
fighter.
Terrence Crawford, Earl Spence, Javante Davis, those big names, Canelo, unfortunately, I have to say him. Canelo, when we talk about them four guys, they don't need belts. Everybody else need belts to me.
No, see,
Including Shakur.
that's what we talking about. We saying that the belts matter to the fighters.
Mhm.
They don't matter to the fans.
Oh, I
And
didn't hear that. I apologize. No,
Yeah,
absolutely not.
they shouldn't matter to the fans at all. I don't know why the fans be worrying
Nah,
about
they
the damn
don't.
belts. It's
They
dumb.
only heard that
They
because
matter to the
people,
fighters. They
because
don't matter to
Earl
the
told
fans.
somebody to get a belt. People been told get a belt and come see me, and fans are obsessed. A lot of these fans, bro, they don't even know what they're looking at. They look at a thumbnail on a page where somebody could have baited them in, clickbaited them in or whatever, and then they just run with narrative. They get in the comment sections. I see y'all, and y'all just be doing the most, talking the most, and don't even know what y'all talking about, bro.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The belts don't matter to me because you don't have to have a belt to get a fight. If two fighters want to fight each other, they're going to fight.
Right.
They're going to fight. If they want to fight each other, they're going to fight. It doesn't matter if you get a belt or not. So
I agree.
People use that belt as another hurdle to cross. You got to cross another hurdle. First is you on the wrong side of the street. Now you get on this side of the street. Now you don't have a belt. Now or who has he fought? They're using all of these hurdles, all these obstacles for people to get through in order just to make the fight. If you want the fight, forget about the obstacles. Let's see how we can avoid those obstacles and just get straight to the fight.
I don't want to do that free. All the fans they're promoters and pocket checkers in 2024. When have we come to the era? We're in the era of boxing where the fans and Crush and Free, both of y'all, all three of us we're a little bit older than the most. Yo, when have we ever cared about the money, the pay-per-view numbers, the gate? Like these fans is like, oh well, he don't sell any tickets, and bro, who cares about where I come from? That was never a factor. The fights was happening because Big Don was making them happen.
I'm gonna tell you when it really started. It really started when Canelo started dictating who he's going to fight. Everybody was saying, "Oh well, this person hasn't fought nobody, or this person he don't bring nothing to the table." That's when it really started, and then everybody else started piggybacking off of that.
Man. It's terrible, man. Terrible.
Everybody started piggybacking off of that. Oh, this person don't sell enough. Or this person he ain't fought nobody.
Yeah, he fought nobody with that Demetrius Andrade thing when he turned down $60 million. He turned down $60 million at 160 to fight. He could have fought Demetrius Andrade at 160 for undisputed. Demetrius Andrade was the WBO champion.
Yeah,
he does.
Yeah. I mean, you could say it's cap all you want, BVO, but all you got to do is just look at the history.
Bro, there's video footage of Eddie Hearn saying Canelo don't want to fight. He tried to make the fight with Demetrius.
All you got to do is just look at the history. History speaks for itself. And you ain't got to take my word for it. I know you're a Canelo fan. I understand that.
Since we on Canelo,
the greatest Mexican to walk this earth, according to you. You is Canelo and Oscar, the two greatest Mexicans
to
ever walk the earth.
Don't forget about Tio. And it's a good point. That's good that you said that, D Free. How do you feel? And Crush, I'll let you start off with this one. Crush is getting quiet on me over there. How do you feel about Canelo Alvarez, Canelo Alvarez targeting Bum Juice, Edgar Berlanga? Now I like him as a person. I like the way he be pulling up on people. I like his jewelry. I like him, but in the ring, he's not very good. Why is Canelo doing this? And we're going to stream that fight.
Well, we already know the answer why he's doing it. Like I said, his legacy is already defined. Canelo is really one of those fighters that really don't have to do ish. But by him not having to do ish, he's in the way.
Super in the way.
He's in the way. So, as long as he can do what he want to do, he don't really have to test himself anymore, as far as he's concerned.
BVO.
As far as he's concerned. Okay, well, if you feel that way, cool. Then how much respect you want to keep getting from the fans? So you're gonna lose some fans like that, and that's just how it is. But he's at the point he's not gonna put up. Canelo's not taking any more risks, so y'all can forget about any dream fight with him. He's going to be taking on, opponents just like the ones he's taking on. He don't really want to take on Terrence Crawford. You don't need Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford is up there trying to get this dude to help him out, but Terrence Crawford don't want to help the black man. That's just something. It kills me.
Yeah. Did you hear that Terrence Crawford interview, Crush? He basically said that he's not interested in the fighting Jerron Ennis at all. That's what he.
Yeah, I told you that.
Yeah, Free. You said that. You touched on that the other night, Free. Yeah. I didn't hear the interview. So once you said that actually made me watch the interview today, and I was like, damn, Free was on it, of course. But like, how do y'all feel about that? D, Free, you can answer the first question. Why are you okay with Belonga? Why is he doing this? Like, no, he doesn't care.
The problem with Canelo, see, Canelo is one of the reasons what made me say the belts don't matter, because he used the belts to maneuver his career, fights individuals that he wanted to fight and avoid other individuals. So
making up weight
Canelo,
classes
at this point, because everybody's always praising for, Canelo resume is like that. Canelo fought this person. And yeah, he got names on his resume. He definitely got names on his resume. But you got to take in consideration the time frames that he fought those individuals. How old were those guys when he fought them? Where were they at in their career when Canelo finally got a chance to get in the ring with them? So he definitely has names on his resume, but those names are deceiving, because majority of those guys that he fought, that the names that y'all talk about, they was not in their prime. They was on their way out. The Miguel Cotto, Shane Mosley,
Sugar Shane.
Yeah, all those, and Floyd Mayweather. Even though Floyd Mayweather whooped him like he stole,
he still was old though. He was old.
Yeah, those guys was on their way out the door. So yeah, he got names.
His best win to me, D3 was Austin Trout. That's his best win to me.
I mean, I hear a lot of people say that was his best win. I wouldn't say that's his best win.
Who's his best win to you, D3?
I would say Triple G is his best win.
Because a lot of people say he didn't win them fights. It was all questionable.
Whether he legitimately won or they say they gave it to Canelo, it's a win on his resume and it's going down as a win. So I mean, it was a close fight. It can go either way. So it wasn't a robbery, but it was a close fight. So I would give it to Triple G. That was the best win on his resume for me.
That's fair. But me, with no controversy, no nothing, a straight up win was Austin Trout. And at that time, Austin Trout just came off of defeating the great Miguel Cotto. And shout out Miguel Cotto. I was always a fan of Miguel Cotto. I always tapped in when he fought. And shout out to Gregory. But I always liked Miguel Cotto. And even that fight was controversy in that fight. All his best wins got a asterisk by it, bro. All of them. Laura, Miguel Cotto, Triple G. I can't think of any, but them three are the ones that stick out to me the most. You feel me? So he had his best win to me was Austin Trout, because it was like, all right, he clearly beat him. And Austin Trout was on fire at the time. BVO loves to bring this up, so I know he's enjoying himself right now. But that's the truth. Whether you agree with me and BVO or not, his best win was Austin Trout to me. And Ant or Puro, Gregory, y'all, who's Canelo's best win? Type it in the chat.
That ain't. I mean, that's not saying a lot. It's not saying a lot.
Right.
That's not saying much at all.
That's not saying a lot.
What do you rate Austin Trout? A B fighter? Is he a C plus? I give him a strong.
I give him a B. I give him a B.
Austin Trout is a B. He's a B level fighter.
I give him a B minus.
I give him a B. I think Austin Trout was a decent fighter. He wasn't no bum or anything like that. He wasn't an average fighter. I give him a B. He was a good opponent.
Yeah.
But he wasn't part of the elite fighters. He wasn't that A-level fighter. Right. So when we talking about great fighters, You talk about A level. You talk about elite. He wasn't that. So I give him a B. It was a good opponent. It wasn't
Crush,
no
what you
bad
got
fight
him,
or
Crush?
anything like that.
What
At
you
that
got him,
time in
Crush?
Canelo's career, that was a good opponent for him. I mean, he had to beat him in order to get the Floyd fight. If he didn't beat him, he wouldn't have fought Floyd.
Well, they were trying to do Canelo versus Miguel Cotto, but Miguel Cotto lost a clear.
No. They were trying to get Canelo versus Floyd, and Floyd said, "If you want to fight me, beat Austin Trout."
Oh, right, because he had just came off the Cotto win. That's right.
Yeah, he said, "If you want to fight me, beat Austin Trout."
And he went and did that. That was his most impressive win to me. All them
he
other
got in
wins
there
were
and
suspect.
got washed by Floyd.
Right. All his other wins were suspect. Like that Laura, I just wish Laura would have got credit for, but he moved so much in that fight. You can't, because I thought Laura won. I was like, Laura was putting hands and feet on Canelo, belt to rear end, dog. Like, but again, he was, even Dan Ray felt like, you can't beat Canelo by running. That's why he's out of business right now. So his best win to me was Austin Trout. I'm curious to see what a couple of the brothers in the chat say. Crush, what would you think his best win is? And BVO, I know what BVO is gonna say, but Crush, what's Canelo's best win?
Crush fell off. He fell off.
He fell off. All right,
yeah, he
so
fell off.
yeah, exactly.
GP said he said Laura won that fight.
I think he won too, Laura. GP.
I
think he won too.
I watched that fight a couple of times and I went back and forth. Sometimes I say Canelo won, and then other times I watch it, I say Laura won. I go back and forth. It was a close fight. It's
Canelo
the same
was doing good body work though. He was.
Yeah, it's the same thing like the Triple G fight, the first fight. If you watch the first fight in parts, you're gonna say, okay, Canelo won, and then other times you're gonna say Triple G won.
I've never saw that. I've never said that. I always thought I watched the fight 5 times in its entirety, and I gave it to Triple G by 1 round every time.
I mean, some people got, like I said, some people got Triple G winning, some people got Canelo winning.
That's why
I can care less how it went down. It went down that Canelo won, so I mean he gets credit for the win. Yeah. But that's why I said that's his best win to me, because at that time Triple G was literally going through everybody. Everybody they put in front of him now. There was guys that he avoided as well. There was guys that he avoided well because he avoided Andre Ward. He avoided Jamal Charlo. So there was guys that Triple G avoided as well. But the guys that they was putting in front of him, he was running through them.
Yeah,
so
like
for
anybody
Canelo,
else of them guys you named would have did the same thing. He knocked out what's the homie name from Black Boy. G put him to sleep. Man.
I'm trying to think because he fought a couple of black guys.
Yeah. He always fight on the tip of his toe. He always stomp his the tip of his toe on the ground. What's the brother name? Curtis Stevens. He was beating up people like him, bro. Not knocking Curtis Stevens because I think he's a solid seat fighter, but Triple G to me, he ain't beat nobody, bro.
I mean, he was somewhat manufactured. Just like
Canelo was.
Yeah,
Canelo's manufactured. Straight from the Amazon factory. They bought him out.
Yeah, I mean, Triple G was somewhat manufactured, but I mean, he still was knocking those guys out.
He was putting guys to sleep, and that's hard to do.
Yeah, I think he had at one point he was like at a 94-95% knockout ratio.
Yeah, he was sleeping. He was sleeping-ish. He definitely was. I'm not, but again, you know.
Crush is in the back. BVO. Crush is in the back.
Bring Crush back up.
Danny, the Bud and Boots. We never gonna get that fight. That's gonna be a fight that the fans gonna wish they got a chance to see it, but we're never gonna see it.
Why? Why are we not getting the fight?
Bud doesn't want it. Bud doesn't want it. He don't want it. I mean, maybe if Turkey offer him enough money he'll take the fight.
You see
But
what
right
Turkey
now,
said though,
Bud
bro?
doesn't want it.
He said he wants Canelo and Bud next
I mean,
after
like I said,
Canelo's fight, or Jerron Ennis. He did say he those were the two names that he's willing to pay whatever it takes to get them in the ring. He did
right.
say
That's
that.
what I'm saying. Unless Turkey give him enough money to say, okay, I'll go
Well,
ahead
how
and
much
take
you
it.
think it's going to take it, Free? How much you think it's going to take to get Bud and to say, you know what? All right, I'm going to fight Jerron. How much you think it'll take him?
Just from me hearing how Bud talk, just from me hearing how he talked and how he's moved in certain fights, Bud is probably going to want somewhere around 20 to 25 million to fight Boots.
I think he wants 30 to 32, anywhere from 20. I'll say 25 to 32 million tops.
I mean,
I think he wants to be heavily compensated to get in the ring with Jerron. It's not because I don't think that Terrence think that he can't beat Jerron. I don't know who will win that fight. But what I do know is it's going to take a hell of a lot of money, which the Turkey man got. The Prince got the money. It's going to take a hell of a lot of money to get Terrence Crawford in that ring with Jerron in it. It's going to take north of 25 million, bro. That's the minimum.
I don't think it's going to take more than 25 million because he's not getting more than 25 million for this fight. So I think it's going to.
But
I think if they offer him 25 million to fight Boots, I think he'll take it. Because I don't see him making too much more than that unless he gets a Canelo fight. And he's not going to make more than that fighting nobody else at 54. He's not going to make more than 25 million fighting.
Not Jamel Charlo?
No. He's not making more than that. Because those are pay-per-view fights. You got to draw the fans in to make that type of money. They're not just going to give you that as a guarantee. You got to draw the fans in. Now with Turkey probably can guarantee him 25 million. And then whatever else is on the pay-per-view, that probably goes back to Turkey. They probably say, okay, well, look, we're giving y'all a flat fee. I give you 25, I give Jerron 10. And the rest, whatever the pay-per-view does and whatever the live gate does, that goes
60,
to me.
40. Or the Turkey man?
No.
Free is spot on, man.
He can say that goes to me.
Yeah,
he can say that goes to me.
That's a good ass point, D Free.
D Free is spot on. And here's the thing too. We got to take Bud's plans into consideration. Right now, his plans, it's obvious that the man want to become undisputed in the third weight class. So in order to deter him from that, you got to be able to incentivize him. And you got to be a big bag to get him up off of that plan. To get him to deter from that.
Yeah. That's what I said. I think,
like you said, D Free, you gotta offer him the bag for him to be like, all right,
big bag.
Because you got to look at it like this. Remember, the WBA and the WBO is going to be online on August 3rd, and then not only that, but that fight has officially been announced as a WBC eliminator. So he's going to get the winner of, in the event that he beats Madrimov, he's going to get the winner of Fendora and Spence.
Yeah. Well, it's the WBO interim. They're not stripping Fendora.
Yeah, but when Fendora walked down that aisle, he's cooked. That belt's gone. Good as gone.
No, it's not. They're not stripping him.
If he fights Earl Spence, well, maybe there's some new reports. I'm not gonna argue because I haven't.
No, they're not stripping. That's why they because at first it was just the WBA for Magnamar. But now they added the WBO interim belt.
Right. I saw that.
So the WBO interim belt. So they got the WBO interim belt and they got the WBA belt. Spence and Fendora will have the WBC and the WBO. The winner of that will fight the winner of Magnamar versus Bud, which will be three belts on the line. And the only belt left is the IBF.
Who has the IBF?
I can't even think of the dude's name right now who got the IBF. I can't recall his name right now. I looked at the rankings the other day. I'm not too sure.
I can pull it up right now. I can pull it up. Hold on.
Yeah, but again, to that point, that's a big fight. He gets past Madrimov and then he fights the winner of Spence and Fendora. That's a big fight in itself. So you're going to have to offer him a tremendous bag to deter from that. To be like, yo, I'm not even going to take these dudes. I got to, come on, man. Like, who else is that big of a fight at 154 right now? aside from the winner of Spencer Fundora. If he gets Fundora, that's a big fight. If he gets Spence, that's a potentially even bigger fight because not only do you have unification on the line, but it's also the rematch.
The rematch.
Man, I can't even pronounce this dude's name. It's Merc. Man, I can't even pronounce his man name.
Butcher it then. Butcher it.
Brookhandrum, something like that. This joint, his name is ridiculous. That man name, but that's who got the IBF. This dude right here. But that's who has the IBF at 154. So he's 22-0. I don't really know much about him. Never heard of him before. But
he got the IBF junior middleweight title.
He must be solid. But again, it's like, you know, Bud's plan right now is becoming undisputed in a third weight class, and then from there moving up, segueing into 168 and fighting Canelo, and doing it again, and then becoming 4 times undisputed. And then not only that, but you got a big bag on top of that. But again, you know, to D Free's point, you're gonna have to offer him something crazy to get him to not fight the winner of Spence Fundora. He would be foolish not to take that fight, because that's not only is it big money, but it also moves him one step closer towards his goal. Because if he beats the winner of those two, then all he got to do is fight that other dude for the IBF, and then that's boom. That's 3 times undisputed in what, 2-3 fights, something like that.
Yeah.
And
you know, I really don't like the way the chessboard is setting up to at junior middleweight to have that fight be between the winner. You know, Terrence fight the winner between Fundora and Earl. You know, because I think the PBC if Earl goes out there and beat Fundora, I think that the PBC gonna be moving around all funny. So I don't really like the way that chessboard is set up. I wish it was somebody else. Yes, I would like the rematch. I don't mind it, but come on, man, do we really need it?
I mean, but the thing is, when it comes to unifying these belts, you gotta have 2 fighters that want to fight each other, because there's no obligation for them two to fight each other. The 2 sanctioning bodies can't mandate that fight, because another sanctioning body can't mandate another champion from another sanctioning body. So it has to be those 2 guys wanting to fight each other. That's the reason why Gary Russell never got the unifications at 126, because those guys didn't want to fight him. So if you don't have 2 guys that want to fight each other, we can see the play for an easy way for either Earl or Bud to become undisputed. But if those guys don't want to fight each other, it doesn't matter how easy it is.
Yeah.
Right.
They'll do some champion and recess BS. You know, they'll do something like that. That's why I say I don't like the way the chessboard is setting up for that. I really truly don't. You know what I'm saying? Yo, somebody bring Crush back up.
Crush is up here. Crush up here.
Let me ask y'all brothers this question though. Do you think that the rematch is potentially too big and makes too much sense for it not to happen at 154 though?
I think the fans don't. I don't think they want to. I think the majority of the fans now, maybe us on the panel, we'll be like, yeah, let's go. But I don't think the general public wants to see that again after what Terrence Crawford did. It's not. And one more thing, and then you can go. We still have to see how Earl performed to beat Fundora, because we don't know if that's 100% sure. Come here, baby. What's wrong?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It all depends on how Earl looks in that fight with Fundora. If Earl barely skates out of that fight, I don't think the fans is going to be so eager to see.
Do you think they want to see it now? A lot of them don't.
I think there's a lot of fans that do want to see it, but I don't think they're going to be real eager to see it if Earl doesn't look like Earl.
Earl got a dog.
I'm with that.
He got to walk the dogs with him, bro. I say 70-30, and I say 70% of the fans don't want to see it. I might
have it 55-45, and the reason
that's cool.
The reason being is this, because I'm with you 1,000%. The people who are neutral and who are Bud fans, they saw the way that this dude handled business on July 29th, and they feel like it was so conclusive that we don't need a rematch. But on the other hand, there's still that sector of fans that feels like well, Errol was weight drained, something was going on with him that night, and we got to see what he looked like at 154, where he's refreshed and he's not weight drained and he's not dehydrated, and maybe he puts forth a better performance at 154. I think that there's some people that truly believe that, like, yo, that wasn't really Errol Spence that night. That was a shell of him because he was weight drained.
And homie, I'm one of them people that say, man, I was telling my pop, we was chilling in the theater room, and I'm like, yo, pop, man, he don't look right. He's like, what you mean? I'm like, I know this boy. This is Earl Spence. Because he didn't know neither one of them. He's just so far detached from boxing, I have to keep him up. And I said, he don't look right. He's like, well, he look fine to me. I said, no, he doesn't. It's something in his eyes look wrong. And I go off energies throughout my real life. I'm big on energies, and my energy was feeling that something is not right. I'm one of the people, you can grind me up in the chat, you can grind me up on some other channel, whatever. I feel like deep down in my heart, something was off, something was wrong. That's just me.
I mean, it's a lot of fans. A lot of fans believe that. I believe a lot of fans, because we saw how Earl looked when he fought against Ugas. We saw how Earl looked when he fought against Danny. We seen the Earl before the car accident. So when he got in there with Bud, he just looked slow and he looked methodic. So that very well could just be because Bud was just that much better, and it could be that Earl was weight drained. We will never know unless they fight again and the same result is. And like if Earl Spence come in this fight with Fendora, and Earl looks like the old Earl,
Kell Brook Earl.
and then he comes back in and fight Bud in a rematch, and he looks like the Earl that fought Bud the first time, then it was just Bud. It wasn't Earl was weight drained and none of that. It was just Bud was that much better.
I think it's a little bit of the both. I think that Earl stuck around at 47 for too long. When the fight was being made, I stayed neutral. I didn't ride with I listened to the Bud channels and I listened to the Earl channels. On this channel, I stayed neutral. You can go back and play it. I stayed neutral. But deep down inside, I knew that I said, I think Earl stuck around at 47 too long. That's my opinion. You can argue or not. I think he stuck around just a little bit too long. After that Ugas fight, he should have been gone.
Hey, Prize, I believe that opinion has a lot of credence to it, because here's the thing. A lot of us, we tend to forget that Errol actually competed at 154
when he first came out.
Exactly. Like, remember that Chris Van Herden fight in particular? That fight was at 154. That shit went at 147. So he should have been moved his ass up. And when he fought in the amateurs, he fought at 152.
Yeah.
He didn't fight at welterweight in the amateurs. He fought at 152. So I'm with you 1,000%. And also, like D. Free said, I think it's contingent upon what he looks like against Fendora. If he come out and he look like he clicking on all cylinders, then we like, oh shit, like okay,
go time there.
We might have to revisit that Terrence Crawford situation. But if he come out there and he look cooked, then we like, damn, like yeah, it might just be time for him to hang it up.
Yeah. I like I said, I know BVO saying Earl is cooked or whatever, but what if Earl
these new fans do?
And he walked right through Bud Crawford? Then you're like, oh, maybe it was something going on with him at 47. And see, that's why I don't throw out the realm of Earl being able to beat Bud, because it might have just been Bud's night. Bud might have been clicking on all cylinders, and Earl had an off night. It could have just been that.
But Bud seemed like he's always clicking all the time.
That's the thing. It's just like football. Any given Sunday, a team, you can have the number one team. I mean, Prize can vouch for a fact. The Philadelphia Eagles, they was undefeated, beating everybody, and then all of a sudden, that one game, you like, man, what the heck is going on?
It looked like we didn't even belong, bro. We just had a complete meltdown at the end of the year.
Yeah,
that's a meltdown.
Yeah, it could just be that he just had a bad night.
Very well.
Those guys,
boxers, people act like they don't have bad nights like LeBron or Kobe or Mike.
Yeah. If you got two A-class fighters and one of them are not clicking on all cylinders and the other one is, you get that. Like Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. Nobody said Manny Pacquiao was garbage. But when he got in there with Floyd Mayweather,
It looked basic.
exactly.
Very
So,
ordinary.
It could just be that he had an off night. It just what it was.
Well, I
And
just
then
feel like he
we see Manny Pacquiao come back and he beat Keith Thurman.
Keith Thurman.
He come right back and beat Keith
I will
Thurman.
say this about that, man. That fight there, Pacquiao won, but let's not act like Keith wasn't putting hands on Pacquiao. Keith was putting some shit on Pacquiao, but
Keith Thurman. But see, that's the thing. Keith Thurman is not a bum. I expect Keith Thurman to win that fight.
Right.
But when I saw Pacquiao drop Keith Thurman, and then he hurt him to the body, I was like, oh man, Keith Thurman in trouble. And then Keith Thurman started coming on in the later rounds, but it was a little too late.
He already had went down.
I'm with you,
and he already got hurt real bad in that fight, and that looked really bad to the judges and all that shit that Thurman, all that stuff that Thurman was talking. It looked bad, and he got cooked for it. So I did get a fight to Pacquiao.
No, I thought that Keith Thurman gave a great account of himself, but I would have to say, like what D said, man, when you're fighting at the championship level, there's no shame in there being some resistance. As a matter of fact, there's supposed to be resistance. You know, we be expecting motherfuckers to just put forth these one-sided performances. Like, nah, like you in there with another dude that's a bad motherfucker in his own right. So in the event that there's some resistance, that should be expected. If anything, if it's a one-sided ass whooping, that's when it should be more surprising than anything.
Yeah. I mean that's the thing. Like I said, if you got two guys who A level, and then we see the fight, and the fight is boring, you like, okay, what happened in this fight? Like Manny Pacquiao Floyd, everybody was so hyped to see this fight, and then it happened. You was like, man, we waited all this time for this. The same thing with Bud and Earl.
Like that.
The same thing with Bud and Earl. We waited 5 years for Bud and Earl, and we're like, this what we waited for?
Nobody expected that though, D-Free. We expected Floyd to do that to Manny, but not what Terrence did to Earl. We didn't expect that.
No, you expected that, but everybody didn't expect that. You expected.
Wait.
But I'm talking about the Manny Pacquiao fans.
Oh yeah, I was in the minority. I was like, man, Floyd. I was arguing every day. I was telling people, I said, Manny might win 3 or 4 rounds tops. I said, are y'all serious? He's too small. Floyd gonna be moving. He never fought nobody that moved like Floyd. Floyd gonna be accurate with his right hand because he's very good against southpaws. The stylistically was just all wrong for Manny Pacquiao. People think he was gonna just flurry on Floyd. He's just gonna lay there. No, Floyd. As soon as Floyd back touch the ropes, he gonna be gone, dog.
Yeah,
and he kept turning him, and he easily beat him.
Floyd to win, but I didn't expect it to be as easy. The same way.
It's gonna be easy.
The same way some realistic Bud fans, they expected Bud to win, but they didn't expect Bud to win that easy. Because I know some guys that's realistic Bud fans, and they was like, man, I ain't expect Bud to do that.
Exactly.
I expected him to beat him. I expected him to stop him, but not like that. I thought Earl was going to bring more to the table.
And that falls back to my other point that something was off about Earl Spence. I'm not gonna go far with all this conspiracy stuff and say, oh, somebody did something to him, somebody gave him something. No, none of that happened. He just, I don't know, his head didn't look in it. Even through the buildup, he didn't look in it.
Yeah, I mean, it very well could be the accident. It finally caught up to him. It very well could be that. I mean, I don't know what it was, but Earl didn't look like the normal Earl that I'm used to seeing. And like I said, it very well could be Bud. Bud was just that good. It could be. So, I mean, we would never know unless they fight again and we see the same results or we see something different. We would never know.
Yep.
That's the only way you can find out if it was something truly wrong with Earl,
real or not.
or if it was just Bud just that good. That's the only way you would know.
Yeah.
If they fight again. But
I thought the difference between the two was the attention to detail. That's what I thought was the real difference between them. It wasn't the major thing. So when you go rewatch that fight, Errol didn't really put forth a bad performance whatsoever.
Nah,
I just think that when it came to the small things, the minute things, the minutia of it all, I just felt like Bud had the edge in those areas. Like there were a couple of spots where Errol put himself out of position where he could have smothered and he could have prevented Bud from returning fire, but he didn't. He
Terrence made him pay too.
Yeah, he made him pay for it.
This what got me,
thing.
and this what and that was a good point you made. What got me is when he tried to push Terrence back, and Terrence ain't budged. I was like, ooh, that's what changed everything for me. When Earl tried to bully and push Terrence back and Terrence didn't go nowhere, I was like, yo, Bud is strong. Now, that could be due to Earl looked a little fatigued and weak. I don't know, something was wrong with Earl, but he was trying to do stuff that he couldn't, and Terrence wouldn't let him do it. When he tried to push Terrence back and Terrence didn't go nowhere, I was like, God.
Hell yeah. Well, Terrence is just strong in general. You ever seen that video of this motherfucker? He was in
wrestling
street clothes.
And shit.
But not just the wrestling. He was in street clothes. He was deadlifting 450.
That was
in
crazy.
Fucking jeans, bro.
And
like this
jeans
dude,
and a do-rag and shit.
This dude is a hell of an athlete.
He's a super athlete. Those are what I call super athletes.
What's the guy's name? The heavyweight over at Top Rank, the prospect, Richard Torres. He was saying that he was over at Bud's house one time, and Bud just randomly said to him, "Hey, you want to wrestle?" He said he was weighing like 220 plus at the time. Bud picked him up over his head. And he was not expecting. Like, Bud picked a grown-ass man, a fucking heavyweight, and had Terrence him over his shoulders like it's a torture rack type shit. Like Lex Luger.
He's a strong dude, man. He's a very, very strong, solid dude.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody gonna see in a couple of weeks how strong he is when he go in there and he don't look so small to that junior middleweight. He gonna fit right in. I promise you that. He gonna when you look at him and they size him up and you see his back, his width of his back and how he gonna look in there, I guarantee you he gonna look exactly like a junior middleweight.
What if Bud get in there?
Did you how strong his back look? Jesus,
man, come on, man, y'all.
What if Bud get in there?
Niggas make me sick, man. Y'all new niggas.
What if Bud get in there and he look extra small?
I don't think he is, bro.
I'm just saying. What if he get in there
and he's gonna be lightning fast?
No, because you got to remember. Listen, what I'm trying to tell you. You got to remember. Bud is moving up in weight. This guy is a guy that fight at 54, which he probably should be fighting at 60.
Let me ask you this question though, D Free. Is he moving up in weight? Is he moving up in weight or is he cutting less?
No, he's moving up in weight. He's moving up in weight.
I think Terrence Crawford.
Because you got to remember.
Can I ask y'all a question? Let me ask y'all this question because nobody brings this up. My favorite fighter, Jermell Charlo, earned his belts, and he had all of them stolen from him. I know here one of you boxing pundits ever talk about the injustice that happened to Jermell Charlo. They robbed him of every belt after fighting the #1 pound-for-pound guy in a horrible performance. But y'all never talk about my guy getting just done wrong.
Oh,
if that was Tank, hold on. If that was Tank, let me say this. If that was Tank, if that was anybody that y'all like, y'all would not stand for this. What happened to Jermell Charlo as a travesty?
I thought Jermell Charlo did it to himself, BVO, with all of the legal troubles and all this other stuff that he had going on.
He moved the question off. He moved the whole goalpost to another field.
Hold on. Jermell has never been in jail.
Have Jermell Charlo said anything about his belts being taken?
Yes, he did. He was pissed off at WO. He said they owe him better than that.
Have Jermell Charlo said anything about his belts being taken?
He didn't say nothing about the belts because he cared about the money. I'm saying it as a big fan.
Okay, he didn't say anything about his belts being taken. Have you heard Jermell Charlo trying to fight somebody right now?
No.
Jermell Charlo ain't thinking about getting in the ring right now. That man is enjoying his money.
With that being said, though, I'm with you on that, BB. I feel like because they didn't waste no time to do it, D-Free. It's not like they let months go by. They only gave him
$26 million to fight Canelo, so they really lowballed it.
No, listen what I'm trying
to say. $26 million to fight Canelo.
That's a lot of money for
That's not a low ball. That's the most money he's ever made in his career.
And they probably that he's ever
I didn't say it wasn't free, but free.
So it wasn't a low ball. You can't say it's a low ball. It's the most money he ever made.
He should have made $30 million, man. He was undisputed.
It's not a low ball if it's the most you ever made. It's not a low ball.
It's impossible. It's impossible.
And what you think? You think that's a low ball offer for the undisputed champion?
No.
The first 154 undisputed champion only make $26 million.
What's the number and who's the opponent?
It was
he made $26 million to fight Canelo.
26
That's
million
20
for Canelo.
that,
Hell
$26 million.
no.
wait,
What you talking about?
where's that? Wait, hold on. Where's that number
That's not a
coming
low
from?
ball offer. A low
How
ball offer
accurate
is that
is that
bullshit
number?
they tried to pay Boo Boo and Andre at 154. When they tried to offer Boo Boo like 150,000 or some bullshit like that.
They offered him 700,000. And he said it wasn't enough.
Nah, it was like 100. It was like 150,000, 200. It was no more than 200,000. I shit you not.
Dog, listen.
I
This
could
is
have
what I'm
thought
trying
it
to
was
tell you, dog.
700, but
This is
I
what I'm
could be
trying
That's
to
a
tell you.
low ball.
This is how you know that it's not a low ball. The man made 26 million. He made
Where
26
y'all getting
million.
that number from? How accurate is that?
I don't care where you got the number from. I'm going with whatever BVO say. He got
No,
26.
I'm not.
Listen. He got 26 million. Canelo got 35. Canelo is clearly the A side. He's clearly the A side.
I don't believe Jermell Charlo got no 26 million. And
No,
Canelo,
I don't care if he got 26 million or if he got 10 million. He's not the A side.
salute
No,
to
this could be wrong. No,
hold on,
this could be
BBO.
wrong.
Salute to Miss Just Do in the chat real quick.
Salute
Peace
to
and
Mama
love.
Do. Salute to
Yeah.
Mama Do.
Go ahead,
I think
BBO,
Baby
my
Do
fault.
got a birthday coming up. And hey, speaking of that, BVO got a birthday coming up. Your boy about to be 34, man. That's crazy. But
Man, my daughter's birthday tomorrow.
oh man, happy birthday to the baby, man. But you know, the crazy thing was this is what I heard. Now, this is what I heard off Pro Box that he made 26 million after everything was done. I'm just saying, if you fight Canelo, I need 30 million if I'm an undisputed reigning champion.
What fighter you know got 30 million?
It's been a while. Well, Canelo keep getting 35 every time we turn around. Free. What are you talking about?
Canelo's getting
Canelo. He's the A side.
26 million as a B side. That's a hell of a deal.
Do you know how much?
Hold
up. Do you know how much money?
That's what
you know how much money Jermell Charlo get per fight? What's the biggest bag?
Making like 5 million.
The biggest bag he's ever got at the most was 5 million.
5 million, 26 million. That's $21 million over what he usually get. That's a hell of a deal.
Hey, and what I'm saying is this, and he's an undisputed reigning defending champion.
Dog, why you keep saying undisputed? I keep telling you those belts don't mean anything.
Don't mean shit.
They don't. The belts don't give you more money.
If he was only
you know what I'm gonna say. You know what I'm gonna say.
26 million for that fight. That's $20 million over his average. That's a hell of a deal right there. That's
do you realize? Do you realize? Daggone Lomachenko was a unified champion, and he didn't crack $1 million for a fight.
I get what y'all saying, but y'all get what I'm saying. I'm saying Jermell took a tough fight versus the #1 pound for pound guy. He didn't perform well, so then as soon as he get down, they take all his belts, and him being a man, he didn't cry.
No,
but I'm just saying, why don't y'all talk about it?
I hear that, BVO, but what you mentioned the money, bro.
I don't care if he got
the money.
Hold on, go one at a time.
I don't care if he went to the gas station.
I hear what you saying. I know what Free is saying. What did you say, Ant? My bad. What did you say, Ant? I know what Free said.
No, I'm saying I hear what you're saying, but you mentioned the money. You said, and D Free said what? His average was 5 mil. If his average is 5 mil, he got 26 mil for that fight. That means that's $21 million over his average. I can't.
And he took a lot of punishment in that fight. You know that, right?
It doesn't matter what he took in that fight. 21 million is like what? That's like 4 times his average.
So hold up. So BVO, if you making 5 million, you making 5 million for a fight.
Yeah.
You about and Floyd Mayweather is offering you a fight. Floyd Mayweather's walking around making $40 million a fight, and he said, "Hey, you make 5 million a fight, I give you 26 to fight me." You gonna say no? That's a low ball.
I'm not gonna say no, but I'm just saying. I thought that was a low ball after the fact.
Are you going to say that? Are you going to say that's a low ball that Floyd offered you 26 million and you only get 5?
I don't think that he got
let me say this,
26 million.
He was only guaranteed in that fight. Listen, in that fight, he was only guaranteed 7 million. But when it all got said and done, they gave him 26.
No,
so what
that's good. That's good. That's good.
I'm just saying. He might never fight again, man. Which sucks, bro.
Do you realize his guarantee is usually only $1 million?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Hey,
that's
so
true.
if his guarantee was 7 when he only usually get $1 million, that's $6 million more than what he usually get.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying So when you become undisputed versus undisputed, that's not a 50-50 fight. That's still
no,
60-40.
no.
Okay, well, I didn't know that. That's why I was asking. Free. I didn't know. That's why I was asking.
No, you already know. It's who brings the fans to the stadium. If I bring 90% of the fans to the stadium, you bring 10% of the fans to the stadium. That's not a 50-50 fight. That's not a 60-40 fight. You lucky if I give you.
That's all I was saying.
If I give you 730. You're lucky if I give you 70-30.
Well, DraftKings said Charlo's estimated earn 1.5 guarantee and 40% of the pay-per-view share, which could bump his total to $6 million.
It said
I'm giving you the number that they said, the real number, because you know
I don't go. You said DraftKings?
Yeah, you can't go off that.
I don't go by DraftKings. I don't go by DraftKings.
And this is the thing I'm saying, and I'll say this.
Well, they a gambling site. Why
well, let me ask you this, and I'll say this to Free. I'm just saying, if it's versus undisputed, you guys don't think it's 50-50 then? It's still the same way?
No, so hold up. So you think Monster Anyway, undisputed, Tank Davis, undisputed, that's a 50-50 fight? No.
I'm just saying, so y'all saying the belts don't matter even if a cat is undisputed. Okay, now I get it.
Different. That one to me is different only because Monster Inoue's last fight was at the Tokyo Dome, and that motherfucker had 55,000 people
at the Tokyo Dome. But how much was the ticket? I
don't know how much the tickets were, but that was 55,000. That was 55,000 people in there.
But see, this is what you got to look at. Yes, it was 65,000. But when the tickets are much cheaper, and you not bringing in that revenue that another fighter is bringing in, like he could sell out 65,000 in the Tokyo Dome.
But that's what I said. I can't say because I don't know how much the tickets were going for.
But what I'm saying is, if you look at his live gate and you say, okay, his live gate, he sold out 65 million, but his live gate was only 6 million. Tank Davis is in Vegas selling out 17,000. His live gate is 22 million. You're like, okay, yeah, he did 65,000. Tank Davis did 17,000, but Tank Davis did 22 million. He did 6 million.
No, that's sensible. I can't refute that whatsoever. That's irrefutable. But what I'm saying is like that's a much different situation than Canelo versus Charlo.
No, because that's the same thing. Like in the UK, they always talk about the Wembley Stadium. Oh, they sold out the Wembley Stadium. Yeah, but those tickets are going for $25. You can buy a ticket for $25. So yeah, they're gonna sell out because they want to pack the stadium out. They selling them real cheap so they can pack the stadium out. So they do that to say, oh look, he drawing all these fans in because you selling cheap tickets. But when you bring it to Vegas and those tickets are going for $2,000, how many fans can you bring now?
True indeed.
Now, what website should I be looking at if I'm going to try to look at this purse? Because I'm pocket watching right now. I really want to know that number.
You might want to go like Boxing 24 News. You might want to go to see Boxing 24. It's another one that I go to a lot. I forgot what the name of it.
Because I'm seeing another report saying that Charlo made 20 million. That totaled up to 20.
I mean, he might have made around 20 million. He might have made. I'm not doubting what BVO.
He got 40. So it was a 60-40 split. All those reports are pretty much.
Yeah, so 60. I mean that was the split 60-40. So 60-40, and then
I can't trust ESPN, man.
If you do 60-40, and then you do the tickets was $80, and then however many tickets how many pay-per-views that was sold out. I forgot what the number was for the pay-per-views that was sold. You multiply that by 80, and then do 40% of that. That's what his back end money was.
He probably, I ain't gonna knock on BVO then.
No, I mean he probably got somewhere around 20 million. But for BVO to say that was a low ball, no, that's not a low ball because it's more than what he ever made. It's more than what he ever made. So it like when they was talking about Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, it was a low ball offer because Shakur Stevenson was in position.
You said Box News 24/7 or 24?
Yeah, Yeah, Box News
They
24.
got the fight doing 650 to 700,000 pay-per-views. So yeah, BVO probably right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I know it was somewhere around that ballpark figure, somewhere around 650 or something like that. But
That's crazy.
But when it came to Shakur and Devin, it was a lowball offer because Shakur was in position to be the mandatory. He was the mandatory. They were just trying to do it without the fight being mandated. And Devin offered him 25%, which was 5% less than what the mandatory purse was. So that was a lowball offer because you was paying less than what he could have got. That's when it's a lowball offer. If you're getting more than what you would ever get, that's not a lowball offer. It's only a lowball offer if it's less than what you can get. That's the only time it's a lowball offer.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that Jermell Charlo made damn good money. He probably made more money than him and his brother. Well,
That's why
more than money.
that's why you're not hearing from Charlo. Charlo is sitting somewhere chilling. He's sitting somewhere chilling. That's why I said, when did you hear Charlo argue about the belts being stripped?
Well, I do agree with BVO though when he said Charlo was manning up and wasn't bitching about it. So I do give him that.
Yeah, he ain't tripping about the belts. He don't care. No, the belts don't matter. The belts don't matter. It's the fight that matters.
Shout out Cannabis. Cannabis.
It's the fight that matters. They put it on as Undisputed versus Undisputed. That was the promotion. Mm-hmm. But it really didn't matter. The fans wanted to see Charlo versus Canelo. That's why they paid to see it. That's what they wanted to see. So it could have been no belts on the line. They still would have paid to see it.
Yep. That's just when you get to that status, Canelo Alvarez, Javante Davis.
Now, I'm gonna go back to my first point before BVO detoured us somewhere else. I'm gonna go back to my first point. The reason why I said Bud is moving up to the weight is because when Bud got to 47, remember what he said when he finally got a chance to fight Earl. He said, "You let me get acclimated to the weight. I grew into the weight." That means he was smaller. He was a smaller guy. So he grew into 47. That's why I said he's going to come in looking natural, but you got a guy that's fighting at 54 who probably should be fighting at 68. He's bringing himself down, so when it's actually fight night, that guy's going to be a lot bigger than Bud is. He's going to be a lot bigger. Now Bud probably still handle him very easily, but he's going to be a lot bigger than Bud.
I don't know. I got to see. I think Terrence going to come in there and shock everybody. I'm not talking about beating him up. I'm talking about the size advantage. I think Terrence Crawford is going to be a solid 54-pounder, bro.
He looks solid right now.
He looked like he's supposed to be fighting at 54. Terrence doesn't look like a real big guy. He doesn't look real bulky and wide.
Well, he has like a nice 71, 72-inch arm reach. That's
that reach, right? Yeah.
He doesn't strike me as a big guy. When I see
neither. But when he was in there with Earl, I was like, "Damn, Bud is," because I thought Earl was gonna be way bigger than Terrence Crawford. Nope.
But like I said, that comes from having a nutritionist, and he was trying to maintain 47. And he had to maintain 47 for a year too long because remember he was trying to make that fight right after Ugas and it got pushed back because Bud pulled out and went and fought David Avenesian. So Earl had to wait all the way until the following year to make that fight. So he was with a nutritionist to maintain 47, so he doesn't blow up too much.
And I still think he's doing it now.
What?
Have his nutritionist just living a boxer's lifestyle, and he's gonna come in there a solid 154-pounder. Mark my word.
Earl never came in overweight.
I'm not talking about Earl. I'm talking about Terrence. He's gonna come in there looking solid, like a middleweight.
I don't know about Terrence having a nutrition. I was talking about Earl. I don't know about Terrence having a nutrition. I know Earl.
I don't think Terrence needs one.
Yeah, I don't know, but we're gonna see what we got. What, 2 weeks away?
He did that recent interview and he talked about how he had his struggles making 147 as well, because here's the one thing that we got to take into consideration. He is the older man between the two of them. between Errol, I mean, you know, and himself. So,
Yeah,
but I'll
and
say this.
that's the reason why I was so heated about him talking about he want to fight Earl at 47. You was just on the stand after the daggone fight and said, yeah, it was hard for you to make 47 as well. You didn't have a problem fighting at 54. So even if Earl didn't petition to fight at 54, you could have said, I want to fight you at 54 because I was having a hard time making 47. That was the whole.
Bud threw me off
I'm
when he
with you
said
on
that.
that, D. I'm with you on that. But I'll
Bud,
say this.
go ahead,
Here's the thing. It was on both of those guys to notify whoever the hell it was that they had to notify. They had to submit their letters stating their case as far as where the rematch would take place, and neither one of them dudes they prioritized that. So
Yeah. I think
fell to the wayside.
the problem is Earl is a man of his word. If he says something, he's gonna follow through with it. And he took Bud as the same type of individual, and Bud is not that individual. Bud he wants you to do it a certain way. But Earl, like, man, I'm a man of my word. If I say we're gonna fight at 54, I don't care about you putting the paperwork in. We're gonna fight at 54.
Yeah.
I think that's the difference between the two. Earl is a man of his word. If he says something, he's going to do what he says.
He got a lot of pride, man, and he cares about his fans. He'll never say F his fans. You know, he's a very, very likable guy. He's very appeasing to the crowd, to the fans. It's not so much Terrence Crawford. People don't think that Terrence Crawford is real crowd, you know, fan friendly like Earl. I'm not saying Terrence is not, but fan like Earl. You know, imagine if Earl won this fight, how big he would be right now. He'd be on top of the world right now.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, he would be the cash cow. It wouldn't be, it wouldn't be Tank Davis as the face of boxing. It'd be Earl right now.
Mm-hmm.
It would be Earl as the face of boxing right now because he just beat Terrence Crawford. Everybody said Terrence Crawford was knocking everybody out at 47. He ran through 40 and all this, and Earl Spence just walked through Terrence Crawford. He would be the face of boxing right now. They would be talking about Earl Spence versus Canelo right now.
And I still think that Earl is one of the money men, and I think it's him, Tank, Canelo. I'm missing somebody.
No, that's it. That's it.
Shit, I think if you put Wilder in a big fight,
Canelo
going to sell. I'd say Wilder
Tank,
too.
It's Canelo, Tank, and we'll see if Earl still have that drawing power. He did when he
definitely will. Everybody gonna want to know what he looked like. So his next fight gonna do numbers.
I mean, it's probably gonna do numbers because it's in Dallas and it's a Mexican versus the black. So
and
it's most likely going to do numbers.
And it's
most likely going to do numbers.
Well, that fight is pushed back for some reason now, isn't it? Isn't that fight they're pushing that back? That's not good.
I didn't hear nothing about it being pushed back. I mean, I'm not saying you lying. I just didn't hear nothing about it. The only fight that I heard that got pushed back or canceled was the Caleb Plant fight because his opponent got cut in sparring. Yeah. So they canceled that. They canceled that card. That was supposed to be a free card on Amazon. It was supposed to be free.
And then all the haters came out of nowhere. Ain't no money. Yeah. I'm like, man, I hate these new niggas. Man, I hate all y'all. I hate y'all. I hate all of y'all new niggas because y'all don't know nothing about boxing. You don't know what you're looking at. You're a pocket watcher. Y'all promoters. Y'all are general managers. Y'all weird. Y'all don't know how to just chill, fall back, and be a fan. Y'all got to do the most.
Let me ask y'all this: how do y'all feel about Turkey taking over? Well, he's not taking over, but he's partnering with ESPN and the Zone. Now, I don't know Golden Boy. I don't know what Golden Boy is getting, but I do know that Turkey will be able to make 12 fights for Top Rank or have a say in 12 fights of Top Rank for upcoming or whatever. So how do y'all feel about Turkey getting involved?
I don't care. I heard people, he's bad for boxing. It should be in America. Man, I'm one of them niggas. I don't care where the fight is. Just get in the ring and fight. You can fight on the moon. I don't care. Do I want it in Vegas? Yes. Do I want it in California or at Barclays in Madison Square on all of our American historical fight sites? Absolutely. But if it doesn't happen, I'm not going to cry about it. I just want to see the fight, bro. I'm cool with the turkey bull. I wish he'd come in here and pay everybody so that everybody can get rich. We get all the fights we want. The fighters are happy and the fans are happy.
Well,
so why not?
The problem was they was putting the fights over in Saudi Arabia.
Nah,
and
whatever.
No, listen what I'm saying.
Nah,
the
I
fight,
hear you. I'm not toward you. I'm just saying whatever.
Listen. The fights was in Saudi Arabia, and they was putting the fights on at their time at 9 o'clock. Their time is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Our time.
That's the only thing about that.
That was the problem that a lot of people had. They had to watch the fights at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And if it was a mega fight, you want to have a fight party. You having a fight party at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You're like, okay, what we gonna do for the rest of the day?
But you know what? Though I wasn't too mad though. I ended up having a day party. You know, I had my pool jumping. It was a little bit more lit than what I thought. It depends how you living. You know what I'm saying? So I made the best of it. I do hate.
All right, BVO. Yeah, we about to wrap it up, BVO.
Yeah. I don't want to. I didn't want to watch no fight at no 2 o'clock. I think that's lame. But didn't he pull up to America recently? So you never know.
Yeah. But so we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. BVO want everybody to know the Rise podcast is on. So y'all go over there.
Y'all go tap in.
Y'all go over there and check those brothers out. And BVO also want to let y'all know that he's about to get cooked on Monday in a debate against me. I don't know why he got a death wish, but I mean I'm gonna go ahead and put him out of his misery. We didn't see it multiple times. The man got 9 lives like a cat. he's on his 9th life now, and so I'm just gonna go ahead and put him out of his misery.
Shout out to the whole JbT Network too, man. Shout out Hardcore. Shout out everybody that come to the chat.
Appreciate for everybody for coming through. My man Crush, Prize. Y'all make sure y'all smash the like button on y'all way out. If y'all catch the replay, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. It's your boy D Free, Prize, Crush, BVO Boxing, and we out.
We really boxing. Who wanted the battles? Let's see. Oh, we boxing. Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking